What is going on, guys? JTails here, and wow, we're at 24,000 viewers, subscribers. What? Just, oh my gosh, it's just gonna keep getting better, and I am always so thankful for you guys. I see a lot of the comments on YouTube, and you know, they aren't usually the best. Some people are very negative, some people like to, just curse other people out, but I feel like even though there's 24,000 subscribers on my channel and we get so many viewers, everyone is so positive. Everyone is, for the most part, very kind, very, it feels like a family in a sense where everyone is just so supportive of each other. I see you guys answering each other's questions. Everyone's so nice, and aside from you guys supporting me, I love that you guys are, very friendly towards each other, and there's not too many hate comments, and which I know is very rare for a for a channel that's growing, and especially for large channels. So I just really wanted to thank you guys for being so amazing, not just to me, but with each other, and for always leaving me comments, thoughtful comments, and wanting to learn more about the game. I always want to help, and I know I've been very busy lately, but I really want to try my best and keep making these videos for you guys and helping you guys develop your characters and learn the game. So, I guess without further ado, I'll get right into it. I'm gonna be showcasing Pikachu today, and hopefully you guys can learn a few things that maybe you didn't know before this video. So, let's get right into it, going to our favorite hometown on it, because it's clear and I can pretty much see what's going on. Alright, so I guess a few things. Pikachu is a very fast character, which is good in this game. Usually fast characters have an advantage over the others because they can just cover space very quickly. So if you're trying to punish someone's landing, Pikachu can just run over, get a shield grab or something like that. One of my favorite things about Pikachu is his thunderjolt. Not only is it, well, a very annoying projectile, but alright, so first thing I want to talk about the thunderjolt is if you do it on the ground, see how long it takes for me to put my shield up? Meaning I can't move until he finishes that little animation, him saying Pikachu, basically. So what you can do, see, I still can't really move as fast as I want, but if you full hop the thunderjolts, you can move immediately, and you can actually run with the thunderjolt and use it as cover, basically. So I can, what that allows you to do is not only, see, Pikachu's such a good character, not only does this allow me to get into my opponent, and they'll have to shield the thunderjolt. If they don't, they'll get hit by it. And even still, if they get hit, I can, do a dash attack, or I can do, thunderjolt into up smash, which can combo into thunder as well. And the thunder spikes in this game. But yeah, the thunderjolt allows you to get free coverage, and if your opponent shields it, that's a free grab for you. So definitely you want to use a lot of thunderjolts, assuming your opponent is, mid-screen at least. If they're right under you, you generally don't want to use thunderjolts, because when you jump up, they can just go under you, and the thunderjolt will miss, and now you will get grabbed, or you will get, up aired or something, depending on the matchup. So, while this is a really good strategy from far and from mid-range, you want to be careful against fast characters who can get under you and punish this strategy, basically. But definitely the thunderjolt's good if they jump over it. If they jump over the thunderjolt, now you have them in the air, which is right where you want them. You can, catch their landing with an up smash or with a grab. So those are the main applications of thunderjolt, aside from being a pretty good edge guarding tool. If your opponent's off stage, you can kind of harass them with thunderjolts. And when they're on the ledge, the thunderjolts travel down the wall. So it can be pretty good for gimping characters that don't have a great recovery. Like maybe Diddy Kong, it can hit him out of his barrels. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so that I feel is enough about Thunderjolt. His up air is also insanely good. If you can string them together. And alright, so some basic Pikachu combos I guess I'll talk about next is definitely down throw into some up tilts. And you do this by holding up on the joystick if you have tap jump off and pressing A, and you'll get this very fast and safe move, up tilt. I take tap jump off in my controller settings, but if you have tap jump on, what you would have to do is just tilt the control stick slightly up. Not enough so that you jump by pressing up, but just slightly upwards, and then you hit A and you'll get the up tilt. But up tilt is a really good combo starter, and you can get a lot from it. You know, you can get, well, let's just see. Down, up tilt, up air, neutral air, falling forward air. Falling forward air is also a great tool because Pikachu doesn't have too much lag after the forward air when he falls to the ground with it. So it can be pretty nice for getting combos and kind of getting in sometimes. But definitely, you know, you want to string these. Look at this. Pikachu's so good. Also, his jab, I believe, can trip depending on where you hit them, if I'm not mistaken. Is it just the tip of his head, or is it close? Or it might be his down tilt, I guess, depending on character or percentage. I know one of his moves trip, but I guess it's not happening at this point. But yeah, up tilt is going to be a good juggling move, and then you want to jump and use your up airs for juggles as well. And then you usually want to end the string with a neutral air, which is kind of like a heavy hit, and it'll push them away, so it's a little harder to follow up. But definitely, you know, you want to use forward airs, but be careful landing with forward air, because if your opponent blocks this, you're going to get grabbed or you're going to get down smashed or something. So while falling forward air is good, you definitely want to use it sparingly. Same with down air. Down air, if you full hop it, has no lag, so you can, you know, do down air into jabs, or you can do down air into neutral air. You can do 2 aerials off of his full hop, so you can really string people along with a lot of his moves. Up smash is a reliable kill move, but before I get into his smashes, I want to go through all his B moves. Thunder, of course, has spiking properties now. Well, first of all, Thunder by itself is a powerful move, and if it hits someone just with the electricity, it'll deal decent damage. Like, if I can just hit DK with it, it can be pretty strong. See, but if you hit with Pikachu's body, the moment that Thunder strikes him, it actually kills. So you can position yourself in various ways to try and land that. See, like right there. And then off stage as well, you can go ahead and do this. And Pikachu has a great recovery, so you don't usually have to worry about messing that up. So yeah, Thunder, you know, at mid percent and even at high percents can combo off of an up throw. So generally, you know, around 50% and up, you want to up throw and then Thunder. And you can see it working right there. As soon as DK decides to get up, I can show you more. Up throw, Thunder, and it spikes right into his body. So that's, if your opponent doesn't DI, that's a kill right there. See that? So there's that. But now, a better opponent, when you up throw them, they will be holding left or right. So what you have to do is, you know, once you realize that your opponent is going to be DIing, you can up throw them and then kind of predict where they're going to go. Up throw is going to go, no, he's going to go away from me. Yeah, so something like that to that extent. But Thunder's pretty good off stage for gimping characters who don't have great recoveries. It just covers so much space and range, and it can also spike off stage. As you saw, if I hit near the cloud, they get spiked. So you can, it's hard to time actually, but you can get people off stage with it. and get some pretty sweet spikes. But it requires a lot of precision, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Let's see if maybe I can get it on DK now. Maybe. Nope. See, he was too high up. But maybe I can just demonstrate it. There we go. Oh, but he hit my body. But generally, you can just kind of run off and thunder. But you're at a risk of dying yourself, so that's not, you know, it's not necessarily the most viable strategy. But I've seen it been done in tournament, and it looks pretty cool. I actually didn't mean to exit. Sorry. His Skull Bash is okay. It's not a move you generally want to use very often because you can see how much end lag it has, how long it takes for me to be able to do anything after I use it. And you know, if I sit here charging it, my opponent's just gonna block it. So it's not really a move you want to use on stage. I use it more so to recover, to gain that horizontal distance, and then use my up B. So if ever I get thrown off, I use my Skull Bash, and then I use my jump. I always make sure to save my jump off stage, because if I use my jump and then Skull Bash, I can get hit off, and now I don't have my second jump to use for recovery. So when I get hit off, the first thing I do with Pikachu usually is Skull Bash. And then if I still don't make it, I jump, and then I use my up B, which you can use twice. The way to use it twice is you have to make sure you're holding a different direction both times. For example, if I just hold up, he's only going to move one way. Even if I press up constantly, he will not move up twice. So just know that he can't move in the same direction twice in a row. You have to choose a different direction. So something like this and then straight up. Oh, oops. Alright, so something like that, you know, to cover the most distance that you can with it. So I would suggest if you're serious about maining Pikachu, you want to practice this because it's one of his most important features, actually. And you can use Quick Attack in combos as well, which doesn't deal too much damage, but it's a good mix-up. You know, something like that is pretty cool. And then when they're coming back, Forward Smash covers the ledge, which is also awesome. He had his invincibility, so it wasn't going to work there. Dash Attack kills in this game, which is another great feature that they added to Pikachu, I think. Because I feel like he needed more reliable kill moves, aside from just up smash. Neutral Air doesn't kill as much in this game, which in Brawl, it was one of his primary kill moves. So I guess like for kill options, definitely Dash Attack, up smash, and forward smash are going to be your main moves for killing. Back throw at the ledge is cool, and then you can just get some thunder. Oops. But be careful of that. See, so what I was supposed to do to recover from here is go out and then go back in for that. So that's a thing. So yeah, definitely Skull Bash is very situational. Thunder as well. Thunderjolt, you already know. You can run behind it as long as you full hop it and just kind of go in. Forward air is good for falling and then comboing if it hits, but don't be reckless with it. Down air is also good if you can do it quick. It's actually lagless as well. Short hop down air. See that? I can do whatever I want as soon as I land, which is pretty cool. Trying to get a forward smash off. But if you time it incorrectly, your head's going to smack into the ground and you will have some end lag. So you have to basically time it the moment you get off the floor. And you can do it pretty reliably. Down smash is also really good. It can kill at higher percents, but it's a really good coverage tool if people try to roll behind you. For example, if Donkey Kong rolled behind me right now, I could just down smash and it'll kind of pull him in. So that's a good thing. I prefer down throw so I can start getting my combos going. Oops. Out of all his throws, but after a certain percent, I start using back throw just to throw people off stage, and I can try and get my my gimps that way. Back throw and forward throw, and as I said before, up throw is also a good choice at mid to high percents, as you saw there. So his throws are all very solid depending on the situation. As far as damage goes on them, I actually haven't tested this out, but let's see. Up throw deals 4%. Okay, so that's not very strong. Down throw deals 8, which is very nice. Forward throw deals 10, which is also nice. and back throw deals 9. So definitely you don't want to use up throw very much until they're at high percent, because it barely deals any damage. So definitely your go-to throws at low percents are going to be down throw, so you can start racking up that damage and use some of these strings. Falling back air. Back air is also pretty safe. You see how Pikachu gets flat on the ground like that? He can actually avoid most grabs. So if you mess up a back air or you fall with it and they block, if they try to grab you, you'll probably be safe for the most part, and then you can do another action or grab them. Forward throw. So his throws are all really solid. Dash attack is another good kill option at higher percents. Use thunderjolts to harass. His jab is also pretty safe for the most part. Down tilt's cool. Up tilt is so good. It's almost unpunishable. Because it's so fast. The moment they try to grab you, you can actually do it again, and then they'll get juggled into it. So this is going to be your primary anti-air move, depending on the character you're fighting. And then for kills, up smash people's landings, or get that forward smash in if possible. But I would say Pikachu's greatest weakness is probably getting the kill. But he has some pretty cool setups, so he's not to be slept on. And just be careful with your thunderjolt, with your quick attacks, because if your opponent throws out an attack, you're gonna get hit out of quick attack and you're gonna get hurt. But the final thing I want to talk about is quick attack edge canceling. Let's see if I can get it. See that? I have no end lag. Even though, well, I can probably demonstrate this on a better stage, like maybe Battlefield. Basically, if I quick attack at the edge of a platform, I will have no end lag, and I can continue doing any action. We've seen this in Zelda on some of her moves, on her teleport, Palutena as well. See? And you do this by going to the edge of a platform with your quick attack. So essentially, you can go all over the place if you master this technique. But it can be risky if you do it off stage, because you might miss. You might miss the edge of the stage and you can die. So definitely with edge cancels, as far as movement options, you want to be very careful, but they can be really powerful for extending combos and just in general movement options. Look at that. Like, there's just a lot that needs to be explored with Pikachu that has not been explored yet, and I think he's a very look at that. I think he's a very underused character, and people don't give him enough credit. But that's pretty much my analysis on Pikachu. Pretty sure I covered everything. If I'm missing anything, please leave me a comment and let me know. So yeah, guys, the usual. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. It really helps me get noticed. If you have any friends who use Pikachu or main Pikachu, please share this with them. It has some pretty cool info. I don't think I'm missing anything else. I know he has some weird hitboxes on his forward smash, but I'm not going to get into that. And I feel like there's more to Thunder that I haven't spoken about, but this should give you a good enough sense on how to use a character effectively, and you can check out my For Glory video, which I'm going to be posting up as soon as I can. So, as always, guys, I really appreciate everything that you guys have done for me, all the support. I know some of you guys tune into my stream and you guys support me during my tournaments, and you watch me play live, and I can't thank you enough. I really love it. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.